I'm actually just looking for an excuse, including this one in because I just like the burn that was. Welcome, acolytes. Today I'm doing a commentary slash reaction hybrid of mine again about the Taiga situation with Nux. And I actually, thanks to some viewers of mine, of acolytes of mine, they actually pointed me in the right direction of Nux actually talking about this on his stream, and it's, well, I'm gonna get into it when I get into it. It's a bit more to say than what I am actually planning on to say, but I'm only gonna say it when the time comes. So, the entire situation on itself is, well, something special. Nux basically made a gigantic mistake showing or presuming that somebody was in a pedophilic relationship. No, he wasn't. He got actual evidence that she. I'm not sure how fanboys actually call themselves. Just gonna say Taiga. Taiga actually did actually proven that no, it's fine. He's innocent, and Nox didn't properly apologize. I'm gonna go through the points as they come, not right now because I'm gonna be honest, I just don't have time for that. I specifically don't do commentary stuff because I just don't have time for it in the day, and drama stuff or different stuff is just, well, maybe different stuff I could, but it's just the entire thing is so time sensitive. If you want to get in, you have to get in, and I'm just staying with the reactions right now. But this one little commentary, I just have time, I'm gonna do it, and at the end, if you actually, I'm gonna get a link in the video down below from Taiga, the legend himself, herself, itself, and just watch that if you want the full context, because Taiga explains this way better than I ever could, especially right now. Maybe not more than I could, but that I have time for or can in this moment. So let's see what Nux, specifically Nux, I'm gonna start with Nux, what he actually said in the one of his freaking streams, because he said a lot of things, but I think the thing that I'm gonna show you is the one that we should look at the most. And as I said, it's just a few points. If you want the full thing, Taiga's reaction to the entire thing, just click the link down below. Show Taiga some love.
The crazy thing is, I feel like people don't know this. I feel like the people that saw those headlines, those CNN headlines, they're not going to watch Joe Rogan's podcast. They're not going to fucking know this at all. It's like when people spread lies about me, okay? The people that believe the lies spread about me are the people that aren't watching my content.
Good. The best case scenario I can see with this one with Nox is that he actually expects people to watch his stream and his YouTube content. Sorry, mate, that's freaking unrealistic, especially in this situation. You actually should have apologized on your main channel. Now, why should you have done that? Because then you can point out, yeah, I already did that. I said, I'm sorry, I did a mistake. That's it. You literally cannot expect that somebody watches every single stream of yours for every single way, just in the off chance they can maybe see an excuse for this specific situation. If you mean it like I said at the start, that it's only the YouTube content, I seen it, or to the best of my abilities I seen it, because I'm sure I missed something, but I kneeled in as good as I could and I didn't find anything that's actually worth the salt. Yes, there was an excuse, there are even two excuses on your channel for a short smidget, and on the Some Ordinary podcast that was actually quite good in my opinion, because this was the same thing or the same podcast that it actually started. So yeah, but the argument just doesn't, in my opinion, hold up as it stands right now.
But they're gonna believe it anyway. They're gonna think I'm some evil guy For example, the big one that everyone's coming at me for right now is that I never apologized to Taiga, which is not true. I did do that multiple times. See, here's the thing. I'm going to say right now, I am sorry. I am so sorry that I screwed up in the Taiga thing 2 years ago. But again, that doesn't count for some reason. And I've done this.
Right here, mate, I would disagree with you. It does count. Yes, you will have trolls or people that just will press on you and hate on you and just get every little smidget that they can just to show that you're a bad person. But at the end of the day, you literally, and I mean it literally, acted like it's not a big deal. The apology just... What you did, this didn't even sound like an apology, if I'm honest. It was bollocks. It was total bollocks. I'm gonna... for the amount of damage you've done, they should have came a bit more. And again, just because you apologize now on your freaking stream, fucking irrelevant. Taiga won't watch you, as people that just actually have a job or just look at you or don't even know you, they won't watch it. You started it on your main channel, so end it on the podcast and main channel properly. And yes, I am not saying that you should like freaking go in and just be like a little nice puppy and suck Taiga's freaking dick. No, don't do that. But the apology should be at least sincere, because you fucked up big time. Things like that can actually harm people in a big way, mate.
Never apologize, they'll use it as an excuse to attack you more. No, but I screwed up. I apologize when I screw up. I don't apologize to make people happy or to placate people. I apologize when I screw up. And I did screw up 2 years ago when I was tangentially asked what Taiga did, and I was like, oh, apparently he's a pedophile. And obviously that was fucked up, and I shouldn't have done it at all, and I am so sorry about it, and I apologize for it privately and publicly, but it doesn't even matter.
See, it's so easy. This was way more genuine than in your freaking videos, even on the podcast. For fuck's sake, why can't you just clip this, take it out, and put it in? That's fine. And one thing that I really, really have to say that he did a good job of is saying, I fucked up. I apologize. If I make a mistake, I apologize. And this is something that I actually didn't expect from Nux. After all what I heard and seen from him, I didn't expect that. And this is just something that I actually grant him as a very big positive thing. If you think that way, that's good. Maybe that actually made me think that he's probably just a stupid fuck sometimes. And this can happen. This will definitively happen to me at one point. Like, I definitively will fuck up in a way or the other. If I already didn't and just didn't realize it. Maybe I already did, but I just didn't realize it. But for fuck's sake, just do this. This is good. This sounds way more genuine than the other stuff. Good.
That people are conscious of. Everyone likes to frame things in the most despicable way possible. So, like, as a Taiga one, as an example, people like saying that I apologized half-assed on a podcast instead of on the main channel, but when I actually made my mistake, I made it on the main channel. But see, that is one way you can interpret it, which is in terrible faith, because the truth is, I got more views on the podcast than the video on the main channel. I also said it super tangentially on the main channel, about 90% into the video, and I said it in the podcast in the first 10 minutes of the podcast. Like, if you look at this reasonably in any way, it makes so much sense, and it's, I think, very, very nice of me.
Sorry, my mistake. He didn't apologize on his main channel, as he said. I must have misheard at that point. Well, I mean, he admitted it, so... Well, my mistake in this case. But, I mean, yes, I'm gonna be honest here. I understand Nux in this case a bit, because at the end of the day, people will get it wrong to a certain degree, but you actually apologized half-assed. And if you don't understand this, it's not that people, or I assume most people don't actually want you to suffer under it, or they just don't want to see you somehow succeed. There are definitely some of those jealous types, but I think most people just want you to actually apologize to the degree of the misdeed you did. Because half-assed apologizing just isn't enough in this specific case. You ruined this Taiga's career for. Well, you didn't ruin it. I would say Taiga's doing, in my opinion, relatively good. But you did a really, really hard punch in his guts for absolutely nothing. And I am happy that he actually apologized for it. That's good.
Bungo Taiga, and I apologized to him privately that.
Let me be clear. Let me check exactly what he said. So, yeah, he said, hey, man, I saw some clips of your stream floating around. You asked me to reach out, so here I am. To be frank, I saw a lot of leaked DMs and stuff months ago about you, so I'm hesitant to give you the benefit of the doubt. But that said, I don't want to spread misinformation about you either, despite my disclaimers. I apologize if that's what I ended up doing. I apologize if that's what I ended up doing. And then I said, you saw some leaked DMs of me grooming someone? Because, where's that? And then blah, blah, blah. I say a bunch of shit. And then he's like, this guy sounds like bad news. And I'm sorry you and others had to deal with him. The guy he's saying sounds like bad news is literally my stalker who he said I groomed. Who he said I groomed. The stalker who he said I groomed. I never said he didn't apologize. I explicitly gave the method to which he did apologize, which was a private apology in DMs. The problem with that, Nux, okay? The problem with that is that you slandered me to over 200, well, I think the video has over 350,000 views now. 350,000 people plus Moist Critical, right? So that's line number one. Obviously, I never said you didn't apologize. I don't know, where are you getting this from? Every single video, I literally outline the method on which you apologized and how it was lackluster for the damage you've caused me.
So it started off. Well, it didn't start off this way, but this was a tweet made yesterday by Bungo Taiga. Banger tweet. He deleted the tweet, but someone sent me a screenshot of it. As you know, I'm not on Twitter anymore. So,
No,
so
nobody knows that, Nux,
like...
because you tweeted on the 26th that you would be covering everything after you got back from vacation. So nobody knows that you're not on Twitter anymore because you were active as of the 26th of August, not even 2 weeks ago. And also, I apologize for deleting tweets. I thought that the method for when we regret doing something was kind of just deleting it and then acting like it never happened. So the same way you did with the video slandering me, I thought it would be okay if I just tweeted about you and then deleted it after I regretted it. My bad.
See, this is one of the steps where I say Taiga definitively isn't a perfect victim here. Because at the end of the day, Taiga also fucked up. In a way. He tried to actually just make something disappear. This isn't the way. If you're ashamed of some tweet, yes, of course you can change it and just say, yep, I did that, but I changed my mind. It's simple as that. But Taiga explained why Taiga did what Taiga does. So no fault at that. And it's actually quite respectful of a way. In a way, it's respectful to actually admit, yeah, I fucked up. It's not how you should do it. So in my ears, it's kind of okay, good. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Correct.
Jesus.
A little awkward. I don't know the whole story, so alleged, but...
Oh,
alleged.
Wow.
Oh, he throws that in there. Oh, thanks, Nux. I appreciate that. Okay, well, you're allegedly a good person.
First of all, in that clip, it's important to actually know, okay, good, the context of it, it's fine. And second of all, sick fucking burn. I actually quite liked it. It was a point making and a freaking sick burn at the same time. So, respect for that one. That's all. That's...
To me, Age of consent is 16 in Canada. That's all I knew, okay? I figured like, oh, I was posting lewd photos when I was a child. What's the big deal? Who cares? You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking. I didn't know. I didn't know any better for some of this shit. I didn't think a 2 or 3 year age gap between, a 17-year-old and like a 19-year-old was the end of the world at the time, just based on like how I grew up and what I had been through. And I fucked up. Obviously now I know, like, and like to act like my tastes haven't grown up with me is so fucking disingenuous. Like to act like, oh, well, you were 19 and you dated a 17-year-old when you were 19. So now that you're like in your 20s, you totally still like 17-year-olds, right? How the fuck? Like, where's the logic, man? Where's the logic?
So, as you all heard, yes, he actually dated with 19, a 17-year-old. Now, is this technically a bad act? Technically, yes. But looking at it logically, nobody will bat an eye. It literally 2 years apart. It's maybe technically illegal, but for fuck's sake, it's not. Did it say 11-year-old with a 20 or 30-year-old, like in a different case? I mean, it's fine. And after that, he also, or Taiga also apologized for some misdeeds that he did wrongly, and basically just grew out of it. So yeah, I mean, if you're a young person, you're dumb as fuck. To a certain point, you're dumb as fuck. Presumably your brain only developed after 25 years fully, so I'm not using it as an excuse. It's just, well, I believe that. Why? Because I was a dumb motherfucker myself when I was younger. Now the wisdom of life, of course, changed a lot of things, a lot of thinkings, and it is what it is. But I really wouldn't put that specific point against him right now, against Taiga right now. So, but do as you will. Acolytes, it's just okay. Okay, no, I'm not including anything else. It's fine. Just go down to the link and press that one, because at the end of the day, it's also Taiga's video. So, and Taiga explains it way better than I at this point, especially. So just do it, look it up, look up what he has to say about it. The video is long though. The video is very long. This was just some snippets so you may more or less know how I think about the entire NuxTaku thing. And what do I think about it? It's basically a freaking drama fest where somebody that actually presumed something really bad didn't apologize correctly with actually appropriate matter. But I don't think that Nux is a purely evil person that actually had some malicious motivation behind it. And Taiga is way more emotional about the entire thing on the video that's posted down below. So catch that one, look at this one, and maybe come back and tell me what I could have done better or should have mentioned, presumably. But I also didn't want that only one of the sides is the purely evil guy, because we actually have someone who learned from his mistakes, Taiga in this case, and Nux who's doing a mistake and just doesn't want to correct it in a, let's just say, appropriate way to the actual things he said. I mean, he probably wants it. He already did it on stream. I posted it. I would say that the excuse as he did on the stream right now was way better than the excuse he did on the podcast. Way better. I like it way more. And it would be the exact thing I would look up to, or... But, well, okay. It is what it is. So, is this correct? Good night.